It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. I'm still at the Chicago Auto Show, and of course, last night we were deep within the city to see the unveil of this vehicle here, and now it's our time to show you all the details. What is it? This is your updated, changed up, revised 2024 Volkswagen Atlas. But before we get into this midsize 3-row SUV, let's talk about what's going on here. Volkswagen. They've been doing the business for decades, since the 1930s, the people's car. Obviously, a lot of people associate Volkswagen with the Bug, the Volkswagen Bus, and then of course you have that cult following of the GTI and the Golf R owners. Now, of course, with the auto industry changing, so has Volkswagen, and they have added a ton of SUVs to their lineup. Now, when they came out with the SUV that's next to me, the Atlas, that really shocked the auto industry because of its sheer size. This is the largest SUV that is sold in the United States. And guess what? For 2024, Volkswagen decided to make some updates, some revisions to kind of bring it closer to alignment to the competition. So what I want to do is I want to show you what's new with this Volkswagen Atlas. Plus, I want to showcase how does it compare to that other new SUV that's coming for 2024, the Mazda CX-90. So let's go ahead, let's dive in and find out, is this Atlas the one you should be buying? Right off the bat, it's gonna hit you at the start of the front of the business. You're gonna get a whole new headlight design. So headlight housing, all interior lighting. You have LED daytime running lamps, turn signals. I like the way they did the stacked projector beam LED headlights. And then you'll notice how that LED daytime running lamp coasts all the way from driver's side to passenger side, right above the grille area. Now, as you work your way down, this is where we see some of those big changes. A lot of gloss black, some chrome on this R-line trim. I am gonna zonk it because I feel like this should be functional or have some LED lighting in there. There isn't any, it's just all gloss black. So let me know how you feel about this area of the new front fascia. Now, as we coast in front of that grille, obviously, depending on the trim that you get, it's going to adjust what materials you see on the grille. But on this R-line, you have that LED lighting. I love what they're doing with the Volkswagen badge being all LED lit, similar to what you would see on the ID4. Of course, we're gonna have a forward-facing camera. And then, of course, you also have your R badge for the R-line. They really disguised it well, not making it be too obnoxious. You have your gloss block, horizontal slots, of course, that dark gunmetal metallic gray finish, a little bit of chrome along the lower section, and then as we drop down, you do have functionality on this lower portion with the chrome and just a little bit of a gloss black lip. Now, when we rise up onto the hood, it's gonna be the same exact hood that you find on your current Atlas. Now, the big news is that they got rid of the 4-cylinder turbo that's currently available, and they also got rid of the V6. But the good news is, according to Volkswagen, that this new 2-liter turbocharged engine actually produces almost as much horsepower as the outgoing VR6 engine, 270 horsepower, and it is bolted to an 8-speed automatic. Now, as we come around the bend, of course, if we have a new front fascia and new lighting, we gotta have new wheels. And on this R-line, you're gonna see some of the biggest ever on an Atlas. These are the optional 21-inch wheels. Love the machined aluminum, the gloss black. I know you're probably saying, well, Joe, I'm loving the look of the wheel. What's the size of the tire? You're looking at 255 on the width, 45 series sidewall, and no, not all Atlases have the 21-inch wheel. Standard's gonna be an 18-inch, then there's a 20-inch, and then this is the big boy. This is the 21-inch wheel. Now, one thing that I do wanna point out is that they still have the flat black around the fender opening. Let me know how you feel about that. I know sometimes on top trims, we like to see everything color match painted, but let me know what you think in the comment section about what Volkswagen did with that flat black area around the opening. Now, your Atlas standard will be front wheel drive, and then of course there's gonna be the 4Motion all-wheel drive system that sends power to all 4 wheels. Now, as we continue down the side, you'll notice that we have a little bit of badging, and I think it looks tasteful. It's not meant to look like a fake vent or anything like that. It's a yin and yang setup. You have the shiny chrome with the gloss black and your R-line badge, nicely positioned. Color matched on the mirror caps, LED lighting, and then of course from the side, you're gonna see that this is that still mid-size SUV, and from the side of the vehicle, for the most part, it has the same style and look as the current Atlas. You're gonna have your raised roof rail, nice aluminum finish, get your crossbars, get yourself a kayak holder, mountain bike holder. I like the way they raised the roof rail. That allows it to be easier to attach things to the roof. You're gonna have shiny bright metalwork top and bottom, color matched on the door handles. I like the little strip of chrome that they did along the lower portion of the door panels. And then as we're working towards the rear, like I said, all of this great design that you already like in the Atlas is here on this 2024 revision. Now, as we come towards the rear, just like up front, we have some changes at the back. You're gonna have your LED lighting that actually extends, really digging how they did that with the Volkswagen badge from one side to the other. This one is a 4Motion, so it's an R-Line 4Motion, which means we have our all-wheel drive. They take the Atlas name and they imprint it within the chrome trim, and then as we come down, you're gonna notice that we have our tow capability. You could tow up to 5,000 pounds with the Atlas. The one thing that is gonna be a zonk are these guys here. We still have those fake exhaust areas. So let me know how you feel about that. Would have been nice to see something a little bit different, especially for this redesign and change, refresh. But why don't we go ahead, let's get to the interior, because Volkswagen says there's some big things that we're gonna find out in there. All right, guys, we're inside this 2024 Volkswagen Atlas. If you thought there were some big changes on the outside, wait until you see the changes on the inside. Now, there is no official pricing yet, but expect the price to be very close to the 2023 model year. So starting price for an Atlas is right around $37,000. We're gonna see, as the car is talking to me, what new technology, and that was part of it right there, that the new Atlas brings. So why don't we go ahead, let's see how it stacks up to the CX-90, to the door panels. I love what they've done with the two-tone setup. You have the dark soft touch material, you have real wood finish, and I like the way they didn't put a shiny veneer on it. You got the Harman Kardon sound system, nice stitching, soft armrest, and a deep door pocket that's actually gonna be able to accept easily 4 Chicago hot dogs and a large Coca-Cola to wash it down. Now, going from the door panel to the dash, I love this wood finish. You can rub your wood all day long. It's real nice and smooth. You have your ambient lighting, and look at the way they did the stitching on the lower portion and the perforated material. And then look at what we have center stage, all new 12.3-inch infotainment system. You still have everything through the infotainment system. So what does that mean? You have these touch areas where you can make adjustments, but there's no physical knobs. Let me know how you feel about that. I wish that they would give us some physical knobs, but you could go into your navigation. It's very intuitive and it's pretty quick responding, but like I said, you're gonna have to be very precise while you're driving where you're hitting everything. You could hit your climate controls. That obviously brings up your heated seats, ventilated seats for your passenger and driver, but everything is done through the screen. Let me know how you feel about that. I'm gonna zonk it. On the bottom portion, we have a ton of gloss black. Now, the good news is you open this up, you got wireless charging, 2 USB-Cs, and a place for 4 atomic fireballs. We got this little stubby guy here. This is gonna control our 8-speed automatic, 2 cup holders, but the big news is floating center console area with the storage. You could actually put a bag, a purse, a merce, a sack, a satchel, a sack, even, I would say, 2 6-inch cold cut combos from Subway. Soft touch material. We got another pocket here. You can fill that up with some Skittles. Open this up. Look at what we got. USB-C. You could fit that Super Bowl signed autographed football right in there, and the felt lining will make sure that the pigskin stays fresh for years. And then the seats, the leather, the way they did the design material, the stitching, full electric assist for the passenger, full electric assist for the driver, and we have a ginormous panoramic sunroof. But why don't you get your butt over here to the business end? I want to show you behind the wheel of the updated Atlas. All right, guys, business time behind the wheel. You do get 3 memory seat settings. I like the way they give you a nice aluminum sill plate. It's all those little touches. And then check out the pedal box. Nice large aluminum dead pedal, brake pedal, throttle, and you have the Atlas name on the floor mats. That's an extra 5 horsepower right there. Seat controls, easy to get to. And I like the way that they shape the lower seat. It really allows me to feel good in here and do a little Chicago style dance. Steering wheel, same as in other Volkswagens, but that's not a bad thing. Flat bottom, love the way they use the 2-piece leather. There's that Volkswagen badge, the people's car, far for Nugan. It even has the R badge, let you know that you went a little bit extra special. And then behind that's gonna be an all new 10.25-inch digital gauge cluster, clear graphics. Obviously, I can only show you so much because we're sitting here at the auto show, but we'll be doing a full drive of this new SUV. The last thing I want to show you is look at this. Your friends that maybe have more expensive cars, they might only have one AC vent per area of the vehicle. Check this out. We got a double stuffed AC vent. So you actually have one area and then a second area that's totally separate from it. So you can have some air blowing on your left shoulder and some air blowing on your right shoulder. Can your friends do that with their cars? It's like having a double stuffed Oreo when all your friends just have Nella wafers. But why don't we go ahead, let's get into the mid-row and see what Volkswagen brought for 2024. All right guys, mid-row time, and this is really where the competition for mid-size SUV supremacy is really hot. You could see the amount of room in here, even with the panoramic sunroof, feels good. And I'm really digging how they brought the same seat material from the front to the back. That always is not the case. Now you are gonna have large pockets, easily put, I would say, 5 churros back there. And you do get rear AC controls, but the bad news is the zonk is that there's no ventilated seats, only heated seats, but you have tons of connectivity down below, USB-Cs and a home power source. These seats can actually slide, and they could also do that. They could recline as well, and then you have, it's close. They give you just enough arm space to make this an armrest with your 2 cup holders. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you just how easy it is to show off the 3rd row. There's the 3rd row, still the same as what we showed you, but like I pointed out, look at the seat material. This is where they brought up the quality of the materials. You got a 12-volt back here, tons of storage space, but if we're talking about storage, we got to show you the cargo area. So let's get back there in the 2024 Atlas. All right, guys, cargo area time. Obviously, hit that button. Nice electric assist, and I'm glad it's on the quicker side because what you're going to be greeted to is still a great amount of usable space, even with the 3rd row up. You could easily put a pair of Jordans on both sides. That's how much room are in those little nooks. And then the thing that I like the most is you don't have to worry about any electric gizmos to put the seats down. It's real simple, especially if you got the kids, the groceries, the dog, the cat, everybody's bothering you. Watch this. That's all it takes. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, nice and flat. And then of course that mid-row will fold down. And one thing I want Lori to showcase is check this out. You got 2 USB-Cs on the driver's side, and then there's that AC vent for the 3rd row passenger. So the 3rd row passenger in the Atlas is not a peasant. They get technology to keep their phones charged and to keep their body temps in check, even though they're sitting in the 3rd row. So let me know what you think. Has Volkswagen taken the right steps with the Atlas? Were you hoping for a redesign? And what do you think about this compared to the CX-90? Compare that and let me know in the comment section. But if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raity's Rides family. Of course, we got to give it up to Lori, working it like a champ no matter what the heck is going on around us. Show us some love in the comment section. Thank you, Lori, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.